Let's talk about some of the practical things that you can do with ChatGPT. Because yes, there are some shortcomings, but when we use it for the right things, it can be extraordinary. So I'm going to give you a quick overview right now of some of the things that you can use it for, some of the things that I think it's brilliant at. So one of the things I love it for is ideation or brainstorming, coming up with ideas. It's fantastic. If you want to come up with ideas for something, then ask it a question. Give me 10 ideas for a blog post I could write. Give me 5 ideas for how I could grow my accounting firm. Whatever it might well be, it's great for coming up with ideas. So if I'm looking for some ideas, whereas in the past I might have just sat down with a paper and pen, or I might have gone to Google, now my first port of call is I will go into ChatGPT. Second thing it's great for is research. Researching things, it's extraordinary. Just bear in mind the hallucination issue and that firm of lawyers researching court cases. Just be careful of that. Do double check things. But it's great for researching. That might be researching clients' industries. Perhaps you have a meeting tomorrow with a brand new client and they're in they're a water jet cutting engineering business and you've never worked with a water jet engineering cutting business, you don't know anything about that type of industry, then ChatGPT can help you with the research to understand that particular type of client. You could use it for researching tax. With the caveat I said earlier, we have to feed it the information, give it some websites first. A third thing it's great at is content creation, creating content, particularly in the world of marketing. If you want to write blog posts, come up with content for YouTube videos, ebooks, and so on. If you want to come up with ideas for webinars, if you want to come up with ideas to create content, a research report for a client, creating any form of written content, it's very, very good at. Any form of text analysis, analyzing text, that's particularly what its strength is. It's a large language model. So in other words, with text analysis, you can give it some text, a PDF, for example, an article, and you could ask it to summarize it, for example, like you could have a book summary. If you can't read the full book, it could summarize it. Or you could ask it to reword it in a different way, to explain a complex article and re-explain it in a way that's easy to understand. So analyzing text, summarizing things, it's extremely good at. It's also very good at data analysis. So we think of it as being a large language model and therefore it's good with text, obviously, but it's also good with numbers. Now, I mentioned earlier about it's not great at complex math, but it is still pretty good with numbers. And that means some of the things that we can do is we can feed it a CSV file or an Excel spreadsheet. We can feed it a set of financial statements and ask it to analyze it. And it does a brilliant job. So text analysis, it's very good at. Sorry, data analysis, it's very good at as well. And another thing it's great at, but perhaps of less application to us is in accounting firms, but nevertheless, it's brilliant at coding. So coders use it a lot. And that might be you if you decide that you want to create some HTML code for a website, if you have some knowledge in that, for example. Or the other thing, more practical, is let's say you are building an Excel model and you want to create some macros. Well, if you've got some understanding in Excel, advanced Excel and macros, then ChatGPT is fantastic at helping you come up with the Visual Basic code, the code you want for your macros to do certain things in your Excel spreadsheets. So those are some of the things that it's really good for.